He had a good job, a strong name, friends who laughed loud and stayed late. Then it all collapsed. In 1 year, he lost his work. He lost his money. He lost his home. And the worst part? He lost his identity. One night, he sat alone in a dark room. No plan, no support, just silence. He could have stayed there. Most people do. But he did something small, something almost stupid. He wrote one sentence on a scrap of paper: "I will not end here." That sentence did not fix his life, but it started a fire. This is the story of a man who lost everything and came back stronger than before. This story feels like a movie, but it happens in real life every day. You will see 3 turning points. Each one is simple. Each one is painful. Each one changes him. And at the end, you will get a comeback plan. Not a fantasy plan, a real one. If you feel stuck right now, stay with me. If you feel behind, stay with me. If life hit you hard, stay with me. Because this is not just his story. It can be yours too.
The fall turning point.
His name was Daniel. Daniel was not famous. He was not rich, but he was stable. He worked in a busy city. He wore clean shirts. He drank coffee with purpose. He moved fast. He talked big. People trusted him. He looked like a man who had it together. But stability can be a thin floor, and Daniel did not see the cracks. It started with small stress. Late nights, fast food, no sleep, too many promises. He tried to hold everything at once. Work goals, family needs, bills, a relationship that felt like it was dying slowly. He told himself, just push harder. He believed pressure made diamonds. But pressure also breaks people. One Monday morning, Daniel walked into his office. His boss called him into a room. No smile, no small talk, just one sentence: "We're letting you go." Daniel froze. His mind went blank. He tried to speak, but his voice failed. He nodded like he understood. He stood up. He shook a hand. He walked out. He stepped onto the street. Cars moved. People walked. The city breathed like nothing happened. But his world changed in 1 minute. At first, he stayed calm. He told himself it was temporary. He updated his resume. He sent emails. He applied everywhere. He waited. Days turned into weeks. Rejection came like rain. Polite messages. No replies. Closed doors. Then the savings started to drain. Rent, food, phone bills, insurance. Daniel tried to stay confident. But confidence without proof starts to rot. He began to hide. He ignored calls from friends. He avoided family questions.
He stopped going out.
He felt shame. Not because he failed, but because people might see it. Then came the next hit. His relationship ended. Not with a big fight. Not with screaming. Just tired words. "I can't do this anymore. I need stability. I'm sorry." When she left, Daniel did not beg. He just stared at the door. That night, he sat on the edge of his bed. He looked at his hands. He thought, if I can lose this, I can lose anything. And that thought scared him. This was turning point 1. Daniel finally understood something brutal. Life can take from you fast, and it does not ask permission. The bottom, turning point 2. The bottom does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks quiet. Daniel did not end up in a headline. He did not end up on the news. He just ended up smaller. His apartment felt like a cage. He stopped cleaning. He stopped cooking. He woke up late. He stayed in bed too long. He scrolled on his phone like it was a drug. He watched other people's lives move forward. New jobs, new cars, engagement photos, vacation posts. He felt like a ghost. Then the rent notice came. Final warning. Daniel stared at the paper. He did the maths. He could not make it work. He packed his things into boxes. He sold what he could. A chair, a TV, old clothes. Everything felt cheap. Everything felt like proof that he was fading. He moved into a small room in a shared house. It smelled like old carpet. The walls were thin. The window barely opened. He told himself it was just for now, but he did not believe it. One night, he went to a store to buy food. He placed a few items on the counter. Bread, eggs, rice. The cashier said the total. Daniel used his card. Declined. He tried again. Declined. The cashier looked at him. The people behind him waited. Daniel's face burned. He whispered, "I'll put some back." He removed the eggs first, then the bread. In the end, he bought rice and walked out. Outside, he sat in his car. He did not cry. He could not. He felt empty. That emptiness is dangerous, because when you feel nothing, you stop fighting. Daniel sat there for a long time. Then his phone buzzed. A message from his mother. "Are you okay? I haven't heard from you." He stared at the screen. He could lie. He could say, "I'm fine." He could keep pretending. But something broke inside him. He called her. When she answered, his voice cracked. He said, "Mom, I'm not okay." That was turning point 2. Not the job loss. Not the breakup. Not even the card decline. The real bottom was this. He stopped acting strong. He told the truth. And truth did something strange. It did not crush him. It gave him air. His mother did not shame him. She did not yell. She listened. Then she said a sentence that changed everything. "Come home for a week." Daniel wanted to say no. His pride screamed, but pride did not pay rent. Pride did not feed him. So he went. At home, he slept. He ate real food. He sat at a table again. And for the first time in months, he felt human. But he also felt fear. If he went back to his old habits, he would sink again. He needed a new system, a new identity. Not Daniel the successful guy, not Daniel the failure. Just Daniel, rebuilding. The switch, turning point 3. On the 4th morning at home, Daniel woke up early by accident. The house was quiet. The sun was soft. He walked into the kitchen. On the fridge, he saw an old photo of himself. A picture from years ago. He looked younger, not richer, not stronger, but lighter. He stared at it and thought, where did that guy go? Then he realized something important. He did not lose that guy. He buried him under noise, under stress, under ego, under chasing approval. So Daniel did something simple. He grabbed a notebook. He wrote 3 lines. 1. What ruined me? 2. What do I control? 3. What do I do next? He did not write big goals. He wrote honest answers. What ruined me? I ignored my health. I hid my problems. I tied my worth to a job. I lived with no backup plan. What do I control? My sleep, my body, my effort, my honesty, my daily action. What do I do next? 1 small step today. This was turning point 3. Daniel stopped trying to fix his whole life in one day. He focused on 1 step. That day, he took a walk, just 20 minutes. No music, no phone. He listened to his breath. He listened to his thoughts. His mind tried to attack him. You're behind. You wasted time. You'll never recover. He did not argue. He just walked. The next day, he did it again. Then he added 1 more step. He cleaned his email. He updated his resume. He applied for 3 jobs only, not 30. He made it focused. He made it real. He started waking up at the same time. He ate simple food. He drank water. He cut the late night scrolling. He did not become a new man overnight, but he became a stable man. Then he did the hardest thing. He told a friend the truth. Not the I'm good truth, the real truth. His friend did not laugh. His friend did not run. His friend said, I've been there. And Daniel learned the secret no one talks about. Most people are struggling. They are just hiding it better. Weeks passed, then months. Daniel got a job. Not the dream job, a basic job. But it gave him structure. It gave him a paycheck. It gave him proof that he was moving again. He worked. He saved. He learned. At night, he built skills. Simple things. Better speaking. Better writing. Better planning. He stopped chasing quick wins. He started building a base. And one day, without warning, he noticed something. He felt calm. Not because life was perfect, but because he could trust himself again. The comeback plan, actionable steps. Now let's make this useful for you. Here is the comeback plan. Daniel followed. You can use it today. Step 1. Tell the truth to 1 person. Pick someone safe. A friend, a sibling, a parent. Say 1 honest sentence. I'm not okay. Or I need help. Truth breaks isolation. Step 2. Fix your mornings before you fix your life. Wake up at the same time for 7 days. Drink water. Move your body for 10 minutes. Walk. Stretch. Do push-ups. It does not matter. Your brain needs a win early. Step 3. Remove 1 poison habit. Choose 1. Late night scrolling. Junk food every day. Alcohol when you feel pain. Sleeping at random times. Pick 1 and reduce it. Step 4. Create a small step list. Write 5 actions that take 15 minutes or less. Examples. Apply to 1 job. Send 1 email. Clean 1 corner of your room. Watch 1 lesson. Update 1 page of your resume. When you feel low, do 1 small step. Motion builds emotion. Step 5. Build a simple money wall. Track spending for 7 days. No judgment. Just track, then cut one thing. One subscription, one impulse buy, one daily expense. Small cuts create oxygen. Step 6. Rebuild identity with promises you keep. Your confidence does not come from hype. It comes from kept promises. Promise something small, then do it daily. Example, I walk 20 minutes. I apply to one job. I read 5 pages. Do it, even when you feel nothing. That is how you come back. Daniel lost everything, but he did not lose his ability to start again. That's the part people miss. You can lose money. You can lose status. You can lose a relationship. You can lose time, but you can still rebuild. If you choose one step. So here is your one action today. Write this sentence on paper. I will not end here. Then do one small step after it. Just one. Not 10. Not a full transformation. One step, because comebacks do not start with power. They start with direction. If this story hit you, subscribe. This channel shares real stories and real lessons. No noise. Just growth. And comment one word below. Restart, so you commit to your next step today. You are not done. You are just starting again.